Hello, what's up, everybody? It's CRWC here, CRFP commentary. We'll be answering viewers, but starting off with a little bit of sad news. Christmas Day was reported that Jax Dane passed away. You can take it from here if you want, CJ. You're the one that discovered it and all this from looking up other stuff.
He had a heart attack back in November, around November 20th, and apparently he passed away due to complications from that heart attack. That's all I was able to find.
And she stumbled on that, was looking up Chase Owens and stuff, and was like, he's still alive. And the Mortons, both of them in New Japan.
Or at least wrestling there for a little while.
Yeah, so they must have some kind of working relationship with the NWA still. Yeah, but Jax Dane, if y'all ever listen to our commentary on it, I loved me some Jax Dane. You know, like he could do no wrong. You know, because I liked his in-ring work. I liked his heel work.
His in-ring work and heel work was awesome. It was refreshing amongst all the stuff that we are
accustomed
subjected to.
So yeah, that was part of the bit. I was the heel commentator on that, and it would annoy her and not being able to, because of what NWA had started doing way before their Sam Hain event. We were both sort of like getting away from it. It just wasn't us. So,
and it's sad because, you know, if a wrestler dies when they're 80, well, you know they had a good run. But he was 43.
Yeah,
that sucks.
You know, he was in, our age group, and it's just, a heart attack in late November,
yeah,
and whatnot. And as you was educating me on it, it's like, if you don't catch it soon enough, if nothing can be done soon enough, that just causes prolonged damage on the other ventricles and things of the heart,
to the muscle
that can starve it, and cause it to become enlarged or anything. We don't know what his heart was doing. I just hope whatever it was, he was doing the right thing. I just hope it wasn't steroids or drugs or anything like that. That's what I'm hoping. It's like if you're gonna go away, you're gonna die. Make sure you're not at fault. That kind of thing.
Yeah. And
sometimes you're gonna be at fault because we've got our certain vices and things you can't get away from. I mean, I'm not going to go into a thing about it, but the government allowed poisons in the food that you can't get away from that will complicate things in your body. You can't help that. But I just hope, he's gone. If he was ever suffering anything, it's done. His family, his friends, they're going to be in pain for so long. And that's what I think about. That's why I like people checking out early. It's not cool, So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, because I was hoping to see him. Maybe if WWE. He's somebody I would have actually watched NXT for.
He was so far beyond NXT.
Yeah, he was up in age, and they're not gonna do all that.
Not only up in age, but up in ability. He didn't need no help.
No, he didn't. He would have been a trainer, a coach, a guide, something like that.
Because he was awesome.
He was really good.
And I love watching big men wrestle.
So next, we will get into. We're gonna get into a comment, unless if you don't mind me mentioning your name, then let us know here. Okay, we're just gonna read the comment. We're not gonna say from who. Y'all have to go find the comment. I guess I don't want to call people out, and I don't want to alienate anyone at the same time. That's not even a line to tightrope walk on. That's just, I don't know which one to fall on. So let's do an individual basis thing here. That's what I guess. Try to do it that way. But this one's talking about Ricochet. And when I read it first, I was like, okay. Then I read it again, I'm like, okay. And then I read it again, I'm like, And I kind of went a few minds about it, because I know that we went hard against Ricochet, and I know that, and I knew it was going to rub one or more people the wrong way. But it's just, there's just some things where it's like, come on, dude, you know. But we'll get into this. So he says, okay, Ricochet isn't the best wrestler in the world right now. Truthfully, there ain't but a few. And he certainly isn't the best high flyer. But at this point, I think he gets too much hate. The man isn't a technical wrestler or a power wrestler or a brawler. All right, so look, I got to say this, and maybe this will change your mind on something. But no, he's not a brawler. No. He's not a power wrestler. No. Okay? He could be either, but he wouldn't get away with it and it wouldn't look too well against much larger opponents. Equal, smaller, yeah, but not larger. Like Brody King, no.
No.
Will Ospreay, teetering. You know, power moves, not going to look, you know. But every person that wants to be a professional wrestler starts off with technical wrestling. Headlock takeover, side arm lock, twisting arm lock, wrist lock, you know, front headlock, side headlock, shoot them off to the ropes, drop toe hold, body slam, you know, arm drags, hip toss, basics, those physical basics, not the basics of the professionalism that you're selling over to the fans, which is you and your story, but just the moves. Those are the technical things that everyone is trained to do. That's just wrestling 101. And so you can't say he isn't a technical wrestler. Well, no, you can. My bad. You can say it. You can write it. But if he's not a technical wrestler, then literally, he would have to be Nick Wayne, or at least where Nick Wayne was. When he came to AEW, that was my first time seeing him. There was no wrestling. There was no pro wrestling. It just went straight into the flippy flop.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't do anything else but the flippy flop. That was it. And that means this guy wasn't trained at wrestling. And if he was, just like anyone else, you go through your school days and you learn English or whatever language it is. You learn sentences, grammar, sentence structure, and everything. And then say, man, I can't wait to get on my phone and just throw all that out the window. So that's what he would have had to do. So I'm just saying, if he's not a technical wrestler, by your observations, then Ricochet at that point has failed himself as a wrestler. And I'm saying if. Don't take my ifs as is or accusations. When I say if, I literally mean it's like if. You gonna say something?
Who did he wrestle recently that we saw? Do you remember?
No.
Who he was wrestling?
Not really.
He wrestled somebody in the Continental Classic. Okay, and once you got past his underwear-looking tights, his performance in the ring was far better than I anticipated.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Okay, so you want me to hold off?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says Ricochet plays to his strengths, and being a high flyer is his strength, and I think he does it better than most modern flyers. Okay. What you was going to say, and what I'm going to say is his strength is not being a high flyer. His dazzling, his indiness is the high flyer. The last match we saw him in, and I can't remember who it was.
I can't remember.
I don't remember. But he was doing some great heel work. Well, I ain't going to say great, but it was really good.
He was doing some good heel work.
It was a Hammerstein ballroom. He was throwing the tissue back at the people. He was flipping them off. He was like he would walk around the ring, that thing that Cedra usually don't like, but he didn't do it forever.
He didn't do it forever.
He walked around. You could tell that he was being arrogant.
Yes.
So he had some in-ring psychology working. He was doing that. And he was doing technical wrestling. He was doing heel technical wrestling. And then he eventually, as I said the last one, and I would tell Cedra often, all Ricochet got to do is just wrestle the guy. Headlocks, takedowns, work a body part or something, a few body slams here and there, wear him down, and then hit your high flying because you done worn him down enough to do it. And that's exactly what he did.
Exactly what he did.
As if he was listening to me.
The last time, you have to understand, the last time we saw Ricochet wrestle was years ago in New Japan. New Japan Pro Wrestling, when him and Ospreay were there, and they were both probably about 30 pounds lighter.
And they both went right into the flippy flops.
Right, that was all they had.
Yep.
So I don't, we have a basic understanding of why Ospreay put on some weight and stopped doing a few things. Because otherwise he'd probably be dead. Ricochet went to WWE and he had to put on weight because, that's WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And he modified his repertoire. And I would say he did it for the better. Because now he stands out from every flippy floppy person that flips and flops on AEW.
Yep. I had no problems with his last match. I thought it was good.
Yeah. His match was good. And he was kind of a snide heel and he makes you want to just tear his face off. So he was doing a good job.
If he stays like that, he could become my favorite heel in AEW.
Yeah.
He could.
And and if you listen to the Ricochet post, our problem doesn't have anything to do with his in-ring work.
So, going on his last match, and they say you're only as good as your last match, that's what that would be. Then this guy, he says his promos may not be great. Nope. At least what we've seen so far.
So far.
But to be fair, loads of good wrestlers, not just modern guys, are kind of weak on the mic. And
True.
that's true.
That's true.
Sting weak on the mic.
Yes.
Sting, I grew up watching Sting, and not one time did he move me.
Mm-hmm.
Not once. Flair, Anderson, Blanchard, Vicious, Sid Vicious, Vader. Those people, Ron Simmons, they moved me.
The only time
Rick and Scott Steiner.
The only time Sting moved us doing a promo, he was cutting a promo for somebody else.
And that was Matt Morgan.
The Blueprint, Matt Morgan.
And Sting cut that promo.
And we were like, yes,
yeah.
Pinky.
But Sting never cuts it for himself.
Not for himself.
And I never understood that. And he wrote, Steve Black. What's it supposed to say? Steve Blackman. It's Steve Blackman, man. It's Steve Blackman. But Steve Black was not a promo man, but he made up for that by being a badass.
And he had cool music.
Steve Blackman can cut a decent promo. All you need is a promo. How can I say this? There are two types of promos: sports entertainment and story pushing. Steve Blackman never had a chance to do story pushing. The Rock and all of them is pretty much sports entertainment. If you go back and listen to all of those people, they never really pushed the story. They just insult, try to humiliate, say their catchphrases, and then get the fans to go woo or ooh, and then they're done.
And working there what belt that the match is going to be for.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all it ever was. I think maybe 2-3 times The Rock did promos, and I was like, hell yeah, I feel that. Other than that,
there's nobody out there that can promo like Jake the Snake or Raven.
Jake the Snake, Raven, Flair, Arn Anderson.
Ooh,
Sid
Arn
Vicious
Anderson
was pretty good at points. I love those, because Mama says it bees like that sometimes. That always awesome. Hooked me. Always hooked me.
That never got a chance to get off the ground, unfortunately.
I know. Loved it too. Man, Sid could cut those short, brutal promos. I loved it. And who else he goes? He goes, Dean Malenko was a great technical wrestler, but not well known for his mic work.
He was not.
That's true.
He was not well known for his mic work.
Not even close. Even Rey Mysterio Jr. is more well known for his high flying skills than his promos, which is true because Rey is not good on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
He got mic work, but he doesn't move anybody. The best thing Rey ever said, it was just too adorable. He wasn't trying to hurt me.
Trying to hurt me. But Rey Mysterio was not flippy flop.
Nope. Rey was never flip. Rey was technical.
He was technical with some amazing top rope ability that he put in at the right time. But he wasn't just flying to be flying. That's Commander.
Yeah, that's yes.
He just fly to fly, whether it makes sense or not. That's flippy floppy.
Let's see. He says, let's see, Rey's skills on the mic. He says, to be fair, his mic skills are not bad. They're good, but most fans like him for his agility and speed in the ring. Yeah, that's what he'll be known for. But man, Rey has had really good ring psychology. It's amazing. Rey Jr. seems 4 inches shorter than he was in WCW, but he looks 60 pounds heavier.
Yeah, he is. At least the heavy.
Rey was a string bean.
Oh, he was. He was so tiny. He was smaller than Commander.
Yep. Let's see. AEW made him look weak, but let's be honest. AEW makes everyone look weak except for the Elite and Friends. Goon, I'm not saying his name, but Goon and MJF to a certain extent. That's yes. That's also what I wanted to say also, because I'm glad you brought that up, man. It's a lot of this is not because of what the wrestlers want. It's what Tony Khan and his other bookers want. That's what that is. And they get what they want. And, you know, basically, I'm sure it might be, look, go out there, do your thing. This guy goes over and he goes over with this. I'm not going to tell you a week in advance because y'all won't shut up on social media. So I got to keep it a secret from y'all until right before you go out to the ring. And that's pretty much what Tony Khan does.
And just to work it in there, Goon doesn't look strong.
No,
he don't look strong. Let's see some examples of people who look strong. If Brody King's allowed to perform, he looks strong.
And not look stupid,
what's
man.
What's his tag team partner, Buddy Matthews?
Yeah.
Buddy Matthews looks strong. What's Rick's kid's name?
Braun Breaker.
He looks strong.
Bronson Recksteiner.
He looks
That's
strong.
A better name. Bronson
Goon
Recksteiner.
does not look strong, and he's not trying to look strong. Goon is trying to be Steven Seagal circa 1990.
He says, look at Archer, for example. He is either squashing enhancement guys or losing to popular wrestlers. Anyone who signs with AEW will definitely have their careers hurt or even ruined. I know it was their choice and I have no control over their decisions, but at this point, anyone who signs with AEW, even after hearing and seeing all bad decisions associated with the company, is just being foolish.
They don't pay attention to patterns because they're not the spectators that we are. So, Commander is terrible. He is terrible, but now he's a champion.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Orange Cassidy has been held a belt for a long time. And for a long time, he was not worth watching. Okay? But then you've got people like Hobbs, who is incredible, who seems to go on 3, 4, 5, and 6 months hiatuses even without injury. Archer, as was just mentioned, he comes around and either he jobs to, Matt or Nick, or he's squashing somebody who was a security guard last show. So the pattern is AEW or Tony Khan or the
elite or the
elite
executives, whatever you want to call them,
do not like big wrestlers because they go out of their way to remove them from the spotlight or to humiliate them or to discredit them. So that's the pattern. Now, if you just really need somewhere to work and you want to sit home and get paid, AEW is an awesome option, man. It's just that you're not going to be the wrestler you're trying to be.
Yep.
Now, if you are a smaller wrestler, you are thin, you flip, you flop, you super kick a whole lot, then the place you could become a superstar on AEW.
Not really.
Compared to the big men, yeah, you a superstar.
In comparison to the eyes of, I'm gonna just use a blanketed term, management.
You might as well be the darn Rock. Cause I'm telling you, man, they keep stuffing Adam Cole down our throats.
Yep.
I've never been, but I am sick of him, and I don't watch it.
Let's see, where did we stop? Okay, the only place where Ricochet was booked strongly was Lucha Underground. He wrestled as Prince Puma and actually had a proper arc. I was not a Lucha Underground watcher, because one, I didn't know about it, and then when I saw it advertised, and I saw Prince Puma, my memory, I am not going to tell you anything that I do or don't remember because it's jumbled. I'm like, Prince Puma, he wore a mask, didn't he? No, he didn't wear a mask. I just don't remember his face. So I don't know. But I do remember watching it being like, there was this thing of, man, this dude practically unbeatable. But why don't he wrestle? That's where I was. This guy's kind of unbeatable, but why don't he wrestle? And there was some mishaps that I saw, some slips, they're mistakes, not botches. They were mistakes. And it turned me off. I saw too many, and I was like, this must be like wrestlers that know enough of what they're doing, but they aren't perfect at their craft. Like, you learn to throw a punch, but it's a little sloppy. Someone coaches you, they teach you to throw the punch you want to throw, and eventually you get better at it, and then you get, that would be you becoming an expert, a professional at it. Outside of that, it's more like you learned, but you never improved. And that's what Lucha Underground looked like. They learned how to do all that stuff, but they never improved what they were doing. So I just got turned off to it. He says, from a student of Conan to, when I first read this, I was like, from a student of Korea, and I was like, what? A student of Korea? I had to look back. I was like, oh crap. I was like, okay, from a student of Conan to a solo wrestler, he wants to prove he can be a top wrestler on the roster without his mentor. So Lucha Underground focused not only on his aerial skills. Okay, cool. A mouthpiece would be good for him, but I doubt either MVP or Nana will volunteer. Maybe Don, if Ricochet decides to join the Callis family. I'm be honest with you, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don Callis family ain't never been a family. Mm-mm. Like James Storr said, you ain't got no family. Because everyone in it has either not been in it or confused with who they should be in it with. Are you in this family or not? I want to leave. All right, you can leave. You're part of the family. When did that happen? I thought I left. You gonna tag up with him? I'm gonna tag up with him again. All right. Now you got to be rivals. Why? Because it just happened that way. Now you're rivals. Build up to the pay-per-view in about 3 weeks. Why are we angry at each other? You'll come up with something.
Ain't it just two of them?
I don't know. I don't know. I listened to the drive-through and the experience. The clips anyway, not so much the whole show.
It's Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita, right?
Allegedly.
Okay. They used to have Hobbs, but Hobbs don't do anything anymore.
I didn't know Hobbs was in it.
Wasn't Hobbs in it?
I think Hobbs joined them a few times, but I don't think he was in it. Okay. I don't know.
And then Ospreay.
I've never seen a home with a revolving door.
And then Ospreay stopped being the bad guy.
Until he became a bad guy, but then questionable.
He's not a bad guy right now, is he?
I don't know. He's doing bad guy-ish stuff.
To who?
Nobody. But he's got that. He's got the demeanor. He's got the walk. He's chilled out on certain things. The fans love him, and then he starts like wrestling like he's like super strong, and then it's like he starts doing things where he'd be like, I guess that's a bad guy thing, and then he doesn't complete the whole bad guy thing. I don't know.
He's still battling with Fletcher, right?
No, they rekindled that.
They rekindled that.
Yeah, so he and Fletcher will meet in the finals.
Finals?
Of the Gold League, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
And so Ospreay walked out there and got in his face, and I'm like, well, one, y'all just had this long match at one of the pay-per-views where Fletcher went over, and then now you're gonna do this. Like the whole match was, I'm better than you, and I'm gonna prove it. And then he beat him, and then he proved it, and now they're gonna do this. I'm like, this match isn't hype to me. This is like, why are you doing this? But I don't know. I don't understand modern wrestling fans' thoughts when it comes to loving something that's been proven to not love. I don't understand. It's not like I'm trying to not understand. I wish somebody would explain certain things to me because I want to learn. I want to understand, and maybe my mind will open. I'm like, I get it. I see it now, but if nobody talks to me, then I can't understand it. And since I can't understand it, nobody's going to try to explain it to me. How do you think I'm going to view things? So, hey. Then finally says, at this point, the man's career is already in jeopardy. But as usual, Tony does not care. And that is a shame. Then he says, take care and happy Christmas. I'm like, man, happy Christmas. I used to hear people say that when I was a kid. Hey, man, Christmas time. What you going to get for Christmas? I'm like, what? And I got to say Christmas. That was so funny. That was so funny.
Shut up.
Ha! Loved it. Look, I hope you had a happy Christmas. I hope everybody actually had a happy Christmas. To me, you won't really hear me say that. I usually don't initiate that because I really don't care about people having a happy Christmas. I want them to have a happy every day. I want the well wishes and the love and stuff that people espouse for Christmas. I wish they could just do that every day. Every day, be good, be positive, treat everybody nice, have a good day, try to get the things that you want and or need. Hopefully there's no strife and suffering, and that's really what I want. I don't want to reserve that for just a few days out the year. I want that for the rest of your life. So that's how I feel. Valentine's Day is meaningless to me because I love Cedra every day, not just one day. Like Valentine's Day, okay, I kissed you, I hugged you, I got the year over with. See you tomorrow, baby. I'm not gonna do that. Happy birthday. All right, put it back in the cage.
The fuck?
What? So I'm not gonna do that, but I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. In any case, it's been Cedric and Cedra for CR Wrestling Commentary. Rest in peace, if you can. Hopefully you are. Jax Dane, the Dane event, the man that has never cheated a day in his life. And y'all got questions or retorts or whatnot, hey, we're here. And so, with that, we want y'all be cool, chill, be safe, because we sure enough want to see you next time.